Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here for another edition of The Weekend. All right, y'all, this is volume 2. So let's go ahead and get started because a lot happened this week, but not really. A lot of it just kind of surrounded the same group of people, I guess. Let's talk about it. First things first, let's start off with a rest in peace to Sean Lampkin. So many of us know Sean from playing Nipsey off of The Martin Show, which was huge in the 90s. So he passed away on March 8th at the age of 54 in his sleep. So right now we do not know the cause of his death. But his death was confirmed, and I think it was even announced by his friend Marcel Watts, who shared a message on his Instagram, which said, "Rest in peace, Elmore Sean Lampkin, my friend, my last roommate for 10 years, my brother, a father, and family man. Skate buddy, business partner, and trainer passed away this morning. Rest in peace to Sean Lampkin, BKA as Nipsey, the bartender on Martin, the pest control man in Bad Boys, the cab driver in Big Mama's House, and also the shooter in Life." So he was Martin Lawrence's right hand man. He was also a black belt in karate. So I did look a little bit again today, March 24th, and I haven't seen anything else about it. They're just saying that he just died in his sleep. So he appeared in 28 episodes of Martin between 1994 and 1997. Then he went on to have, smaller roles, typically in movies that Martin was in. So it shows that Martin was, definitely looking out for his friend. So he was also Martin's executive assistant on a number of projects. So rest in peace to him. I'm glad that he was able to be a part of that reunion that they had, even though that Martin reunion was not good. I'm happy that he was able to be a part of that Martin reunion and, able to get his flowers while he was still around. Next up, Ivy Park. So, Ivy Park and Beyonce, Ivy Park, and Diddys have agreed to part ways. This shouldn't be a shock to anybody. Shouldn't be a shock to anybody. So, Beyonce started Ivy Park back in 2018 as a creative partnership. She got back into the clothing lane. We remember House of Darion way back. So she wanted to relaunch her clothing aspirations, okay? So Ivy Park was supposed to be like activewear, athleisure, and like some shoes. So apparently there has been major creative differences between the two. So we know that a lot of news came out recently regarding how low the sales were with Ivy Park, how much Adidas, let me see if I have it. I don't have the exact numbers, but Adidas was losing a ton of money. The sales for Ivy Park were well below what was projected, like millions. I think over 100 million less. Here's the deal with Ivy Park, right? Ivy Park is just not it's not designed for the average person. And when I say that, because someone's going to say, I got a bunch of Ivy Park. Sure, you do. But you don't see Ivy Park in the wild. I know one person that faithfully gets stuff from every drop and wears it. But she is also a stan. Like she's damn near swarm levels, right? So I don't take her having Ivy Park and her saying that Ivy Park is so amazing and great because we don't see it in the wild. Let me see if I can get the exact numbers while I'm talking about this. So let me see. So Ivy Park to me has just never been something that. Here we go, right here. Okay. So Ivy Park stood to lose $10 million on this partnership, which, yeah, that's small beans compared to, when you think about a company like Adidas. But how many people, average people, do you see wearing Ivy Park? You know what I mean? I think where Beyonce went wrong with this is a lot of it was very performative, theatric wear that she sent to celebrities to get them, she sent out these lavish boxes to celebrities, started sending it to smaller influencers, but we didn't see anybody ever wear it. So we saw a lot of people that were like these major people where it's saying here boxes were sent to people like Missy, Cardi B, the Kardashians would get it, the Jenners, Sierra, Angela Bassett, Billy Porter, Lizzo. People like that would get these like lavish boxes. We would see them parading all the clothes. They do these amazing reels and TikToks and YouTube videos with it, but you don't see the average person wearing the clothes. And that's what you want. So it's saying here, according to Billboard, that at the end of 2022, Ivy Park was predicted to reach $40 million in sales, which is down from $93 million in sales in 2021. So they're losing money because the average person isn't wearing it. Because if you look at Beyonce's lookbooks for these, it's capes and all these, leotards and cat suits and stuff like that you aren't going to see the average person wearing. What Beyonce should have did was focused on different prints, different color combinations, and made traditional clothes. You can have the theatrics, have the cat suits, have all that stuff, but you still have to have traditional Adidas athleisure clothing. Come out with a line that is, I don't know, red with like, I don't know, some like print stripe going down it. You gotta put out stuff that people want. I have a pair of Ivy Park shoes. I have some socks. I'm a big sock person. I have socks, and then I have a hat. I have a beanie. But as far as like the clothing, I never saw anything that would make me say, oh, I want to get it. Someone's going to say, oh, but you can never get anything on the drop. Yeah. The website, the drops will go like clockwork, right? Quick, fast, in a hurry. But you walk into any Adidas store right now, and it is busting at the brim. Their racks are full of all the Ivy Park stuff. One, it was extremely overpriced. Extremely overpriced. I was in an Adidas store maybe a month ago. And from that last line, the camel line that she had, and I liked that camel jacket, right? It was like a nice knit jacket, good for spring, good for fall, a nice, good size. I don't want to say heavyweight, but a nice weighted jacket that you can put on, put together a fit. The jacket was $200. The pants, God forbid you want to get the whole suit, the pants were $160. And yes, people spend money like that on the Louis Vuittons and the MCMs and the, everything else. But you want to make this affordable, and you want to make it so that your average everyday fan will want to get numerous pieces from it. So even though they are splitting, Beyonce is excited to reclaim her brand, chart her own path, and maintain her creative freedom. What I think is happening is Adidas probably told it, Beyonce, you need to start coming out with more stuff that the average everyday person can wear because your stuff is not moving. It's not selling. So because of that, Beyonce probably wants to still do the theatrical performative clothing. So I'm assuming Ivy Park is just going to be an independent brand or line, I guess. I can see Beyonce going over to Nike too. I can see her going over to Nike. But I mean, Beyonce just has to make some stuff that people want. Make more sweats, make more joggers, make some wide leg ones, make crop hoodies, make more stuff in your collections that people want. The collections came too fast. The collections kind of got more just whoa every single time, and it honestly felt like they were putting more energy into the lookbooks and the videos and the commercials for it than into actually strategizing and putting out different clothes that people might actually want. So keep that in mind, y'all. But I mean, good luck to Beyonce. She don't need my luck because she is Beyonce. All right, y'all. Next up, Kandi versus everybody. I didn't even take notes for this. I didn't write down notes because it's very simple yet chaotic, right? I already do the recaps on the Queens of R&B, so y'all can check those out. But here's the thing. During the show, during Watch What Happens Live, because Queen's Court, which is Tamar's new show. During the Queen's Court, Tamar was on Watch What Happens Live afterwards, the after show on Bravo, because it is a Bravo/Peacock show. Tamar went on to say that Todd and Kandi threatened her. So this came from some fan questions. Watch What Happens Live always gets extremely messy. So they had some fan questions in which people were two young ladies asked, who is the housewife you alluded to having beef with? Came out it was Kandi. Tamar then got on her Twitter and decided to double and triple down with a whole bunch of stuff that, knowing Tamar, she probably deleted by now, because Tamar is definitely somebody that tweets things and then goes back and deletes them. That's just what she does. So let's see if she still has it up. Because I was going to put the screenshots in, but we've all seen it. We have all seen the screenshots. So let's see, because I was going to read it. Ooh, Tamar been tweeting. Okay. While I look for this, the real issue is that Tamar started this beef, or started to get into this beef. It looks like she did delete them. Looks like she did delete it, which I assume she would. But Tamar went on to kind of double down and triple down about the situation with Kandi, saying that Kandi and Todd ran up on her. Tamar doesn't understand where the animosity has come from. I can tell you, Tamar, because when Kandi did her interview with House of Aaron, who is a YouTuber, and it was revealed that Carlos King allegedly tried to steal the rights to Escape to put out a movie himself, kind of like what do they call it, like an undocumented movie or something, to put out about Escape's I guess fall from fame. Tamar got on her Instagram and began to kind of take Carlos's side, right, and inserted herself into a situation. Tamar then gets on Watch What Happens Live, and she brings it up again before getting onto Twitter and then starting to double down on it. So now we're in a back and forth between Kandi and Tamar, where Tamar's telling Kandi she can't sing. She's telling Kandi that she's a 5-time Emmy-nominated journalist. You are not a journalist. You are a daytime talk show host, or you were a daytime talk show host / reality star / what else is Tamar? / singer. I think Tamar has also done some songwriting. What the unfortunate part about this is that Tamar, instead of promoting this song, promoting Changed, which is supposed to be her, resurgence, her phoenix rising up out the ashes story, getting back into the music industry, celebrating everything, the success with the Queen's Court, Tamar used that moment to start beef with somebody else. Now, I've seen people say that this is just basically like PR for both of them, because they both have shows on Bravo. Kandi and them don't need any extra publicity or help with their show. Queens of R&B is popping right now. They don't need any extra help with their show. So now it's become a back and forth, because now blows are being shown. Now people are hitting below the belt. Now it's turning into where we're bringing the fans into it, and now people are going, I'm a Kandi fan, I'm a Tamartian, and they're going back and forth unnecessarily when we should be celebrating, Tamar, your song. The success of your show that y'all spoiled before anybody even got to watch. Y'all didn't even give us a chance to watch the show before y'all told us who got engaged and what happened and everything else on Queen's Court. This is silly. Then when we think it's over, Tamar would be like, well, I'm done with this. Y'all go stream my single. But then you would do something else and post something else. Kandi has said that Tamar is playing victim. Tamar said, absolutely playing victim because your husband ran up on me. Kandi is saying that nobody ran up on you. It's a mess. Tamar posted a picture that said, look, here's my fiance, and here's my fiance, and then here's your dude, Todd, talking after what happened. This is what I think the real issue is. Tamar came out that she's engaged to this guy from the show, from Queen's Court. One of his baby mamas, one of his 4, came out and said that Tamar is keeping him from being the father that he should be, yada, 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 yada. I think Tamar was trying to change the narrative to get it off of her and this negative press that's coming out from this lady. And the easy target was to spin it and bring it back to Kandi, who was already in the news, fighting for her life. Jokingly, fighting for her life because it's basically Kandi versus everybody right now. Kandi's beefing with SWV over who's going to headline, who should get paid more, who did this. Kandi is beefing with Latocha over all the stuff from back in the 90s with Escape. None of this should have happened, y'all. Like when I tell y'all none of this should have happened, literally none of this should have happened. Tamar needs to focus on her single, which is now come and gone. You don't hear anybody talking about Tamar's song. It's a decent song. It's a cute song. So then Tamar, the song does sample SWV. So then Tamar gets on Instagram and posts something. And while it did come across as shady, it was very much, I want to show my allegiance to SWV, because if you wanted to pay homage to them and talk about how you sampled their song, you would have posted that the moment that your song came out. But you wanted to wait until this Kandi beat. This is why Tamar would never get ahead, because Tamar gets in her own way. Tamar gets in her own way always and forever. She is always in her own way. She is her own worst enemy. She is her own worst enemy. It's crazy. It is crazy. So then we get to Latocha Scott. Now, this SWV Escape, Latocha Scott, Tamika Scott, Kandi. It's so much going on. It's so much. YouTube is flooded right now. I feel like every 5 minutes somebody is doing a video about this from SWV and Escape. This is happening now. This is happening now. If you don't watch the show, it has come out that Tamika Scott, who is Latocha Scott's sister, is alleging that her sister stole $30,000 in royalties from her. So we've been having this back and forth, where Tamika Scott is saying that no, Tasha stole my money or whatever the case. Tasha decides to just now speak out. Tasha does this video. This is a screenshot from the video. It is on her YouTube page, where it's very heavily edited. She's adding in GIFs and sound effects and pictures and videos. Like, you can tell that she sat down and was like, this is doing it. I'm going to kill him with this. And I feel like it's doing the opposite. It's making Tasha, I don't know, y'all. Well, I know there are people that are saying that they don't believe Tasha stole her sister's check. I do. I do. I wholeheartedly believe that Latocha Scott allegedly somehow got her sister's money. I do. Because Tasha's we're on episode 4? I think it'll be episode 5 this week. I could be wrong. It could be episode 4 this week. And this came out episode 1. And Latocha has very monotonely been like, we didn't do it. And she just looks guilty all over her face. So in this video, Tasha is talking about how Kandi used to cry because she would get, Tasha started being solo. She then begins to shade everybody in the group and said that, is it the softest place on earth? I think it's that song where, everybody decided that they would try to sing lead, but Kandi couldn't quite nail it. That her tone, her voice wasn't right for it. Tiny sounded too nasally, and I was just right for the song. And it's like, not only did it look like you were reading from cue cards, but it just seemed very heavily scripted. It seemed very heavily scripted. The difference with Kandi doing her speak onings is it's very organic. Kandi is sitting back. She is chilling. You can tell that she's just in a studio. She's comfortable. She's relaxed. She's telling the story. It seems very conversational. Tasha was I think it was Ashley Miller, shout out to Ashley, on the Shade Room, that was like, it looked like she was doing a confessional for like Love and Hip Hop, because she's all like this, and I just don't understand, because that's what they do on Love and Hip Hop. It's always big hands, and like we get ready to, whatever. That's what they do in the confessionals, and that's the vibe that Tasha was given as she did this very, very scripted video, where she's now trying to peg her sister as being a liar, because we know that Tamika lied on Kandi all those years ago. So we have seen her say that her sister is a liar. Her sister is like possessed. Her sister, got some type of mental issues going on. It's a lot of, back and forth for you to just be like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Because if that was me and I have an older brother, if my brother were to come on and say, you know what, Tammy stole some of my money from whatever, some of our inheritance from when my grandmother passed and we all got our checks. I think Tammy stole my money. I would have very firmly, and I would have been on my Instagram, my Twitter, my YouTube that day. I did not take my sister's money. I don't know what happened to it. You know what? I'll help you find it. Let's go back and let's go back through and retrace the steps to find out about it. Tasha's not doing that though. Instead of her just being like, I didn't do it, I don't know what happened to your money, it's always, well, she a liar. You know she does this. Kandi does this. Escape as a whole. And it's karma is all I'm going to say. Karma. Tasha, because again, Tasha, same as with Tamar, your song has came and gone. It's come and gone. Tasha has a beautiful voice. Nobody will ever take that away from her. She has a beautiful voice. Was Tasha the heartbeat of Escape? No. Escape is a group where all four members are needed. Escape is a group where all four members are needed. They just are. So you can't compare them to SWV, where we need Coco. While Lily and Taj can absolutely sing, we need Coco. Coco is SWV. Escape does not need Latocha Scott. Would they want Latocha Scott? Absolutely. But they don't need Latocha Scott, not when her sister can sing all her parts just as well. Just as well. Whatever Latocha thought she was doing, it didn't work. It didn't work. Because now you're going on a campaign bashing everybody instead of ignoring the noise and focusing on your single. We then have the whole situation where now your husband's mistress of quote unquote 5 years, his illegitimate baby mama, is going to be doing an interview with Tasha K. Or maybe she did the interview already with Tasha K. What's going to happen then? Because y'all keep saying that y'all are laughing about all of this. I'm still waiting on some receipts. Still waiting on some receipts. Excuse me. We're still waiting on receipts from everything. That's another thing with Tamika Scott. Post the receipts. If your sister truly did steal your money, Post a receipt that is showing that she took your check. Post it. You didn't already brought it out in the business. You didn't already brought it out to everybody. Post the receipts. But Latocha, I mean, I wish you well in your career, your solo endeavors, but I feel like the way that you're going about this is very, very fugazi. It's very, very chaotic. It's very underhanded. It's very backstabby. Backstabby. Very backstabby. And like I just feel like she's going about it the wrong way. But we're gonna continue to watch this play out because like I said, every day something new is coming out. Tons of videos. You can literally just search and a bunch of videos are gonna come out giving y'all a blow by blow every single step of the way. Next up, we got Diddy. So Diddy and his kids are headed towards reality TV by way of Bravo. I'm sorry, by way of Hulu. By way of Hulu. So we know that Diddy has 7 kids, and he now wants to go and take his talents to reality TV, as he should. Diddy's definitely entertaining. He's definitely entertaining. All of those kids have character and personality. We know Quincy is very entertaining. We know that Christian is Diddy 2.0. Diddy reincarnated. We know that Justin, who is a little more low key, but we have seen Justin's personality. The twins, the other daughter, the new baby. Like Diddy has a lot to talk about. So Diddy has trademarked Diddy Plus 7, which a lot of people are assuming is going to be maybe the name of their reality show. Would y'all watch it? I would watch it. I will watch it. I've always said that I think reality TV needs to turn and go into a way where we are now seeing more family style shows. The Love and Hip Hops, the Basketball Wives, the what else is there? The Black Ink Crews, that type of stuff is in the past. It's not entertaining anymore. It's not keeping people's attention. But we start getting some more family reality shows. Bring back the Braxtons. The Braxtons was good. Get some of these. I would love to see the Simmons kids do a reality show. Get the ones that want to be on TV. So get Vanessa, JoJo, Angela, get Diggy. The 4 of them could do a Simmons reality show. I would like to see Yara Shahidi and her brothers do a reality show. I feel like family reality shows are definitely the wave. Because we're over the growing up hip hops. We're over some of these other shows where nobody is like honestly and truly giving out any business, but where it seems so manufactured. We're better off doing that at this point. So, would y'all watch Diddy Plus 7? I will. So far, a rep for Diddy and a rep for Hulu did not comment, which typically means that they're working out some type of deal. Nobody wants to rock the boat. We can't talk about it just yet. All right, y'all. And then finally, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Born Daniel Hernandez was jumped and brutally beaten at a LA Fitness. So here's the thing. Tekashi did what he did. We know that he was incarcerated. He was on trial for a bunch of stuff. I think they tried to get him under the RICO. We know that he sat on stand and snitched and sang like a canary. Okay? Told on everybody, snitched, got out. When Tekashi got out, he was acting as if he did nothing wrong. He was acting as if he was completely untouchable. It was a matter of time before this happened. A matter of time before this happened. So he was at LA Fitness, did not have security with him, which is crazy. Because if as somebody that just got out of jail for being a snitch, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Why would you not have all the security in the world? I guess. So LA Fitness employees called the police and emergency services, who transported him to a nearby hospital to treat injuries to his jaw and back, as well as various cuts and bruises. So his lawyer said that he plans to call the feds to get his client the security that he needs. So you don't want to hear about anybody getting beat up at all. But I also feel that Tekashi came out and started running his mouth. He didn't come out and keep his head down and stay out the way like he probably should have. He came out and did everything that he could to get underneath everybody else's skin. He came out doing as much talking as he did before he went in. It was a matter of time. So he was jumped while he was using the sauna in Florida, and footage began to run rampant all over the internet. I mean, best wishes. I don't know what I can say, what I need to give to Tekashi in this moment. You know what I mean? Snitches get stitches. Ain't that what people say? Stitches get snitches. Nonetheless, that is the thing that happened. I hope this causes Tekashi, though. Keep your mouth shut, right? You got out of jail. You did what you had to do to get out for yourself, for your family, whatever the case. Come out, be quiet, keep your head down. Stay off the internet trying to act like you still big bad wolf. Because you're not, and this just showed it. This just showed it. All right, so that's it. That's all I could think of for this week, or I care to talk about. I think that's all I care to talk about for this week. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, hop in the comment section. Let's talk about any and everything that I talked about in this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one for something. Peace.